an incredible panel. So let's do that one more time. I said, Florida Supercon, how are you guys feeling? That is more like it. So, before we get started, a few rules. Obviously, we know that a certain show is filming a certain season right now. We cannot ask about that season. I understand you guys are very tricky and you're going to try to get it out of Sadie, but that is not allowed, so don't do that. Also, since we have a time restraint, it is one question per person, and you can't ask for hugs or to say hi to your mom or anything like that. So we're going to keep it strictly to one question per person. So that is that. So, are you guys ready to get this panel started? All right, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Sadie! An extra chair for your guest.
Hi guys.
How you doing, Sadie?
Really good.
Awesome. You want to introduce your friend?
Oh yeah, this is my little sister JC. Say
So is this your first panel that your sisters had the opportunity to?
Yeah, for some reason she's never wanted to before, but for some reason today she was just like, you know what, Sadie, I wanna go up there with you.
You know what I think would be fun if it's okay with your sister? So maybe I'll ask one question before we start, and then maybe if your sister wants to ask one question, and then we can go down to the audience now. Okay, that is totally
cool. Like behind the scenes, like Millie would always scare our teachers or scare us, but nothing too elaborate ever happened.
Okay, good to know, good to know. And one final thing, we have a mutual love for this musical called High School Musical. So I was wondering who your favorite High School Musical character is.
Oh, this is actually a really good question for JC as well, because she shares a love for High School Musical with me. Oh, yeah, Sharpay and Ryan are me and my brother Mitchell and JC. Sharpay and Ryan are like our ultimate favorite characters.
Awesome. Good choice. Do we have any other High School Musical fans? Good to know that we're still around and we're still holding it down. All right.
Sure.
Are you ready to take some questions?
Of course.
All right, so if you can come on down to the microphone, and before we get started, why don't you tell me your name?
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
I was thinking about starting acting. Do you have any tips or things that are good to know for when you first start?
I mean, yeah, when I first started acting, I did a lot of theater, and that was kind of, what I wanted to do, and then eventually I just worked my way into film. But I guess the biggest piece of advice I could give is staying true to yourself and being not being in it for the right reasons. Because if you want to act just because you want to get famous, you're not going to get anywhere. But if you want to act truly because you love it, those people are going to go far.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Hi, my name is Taylor. Hi. I have a question. So after learning how to skateboard, do you do it in your spare time?
I mean, sometimes. I was doing it a few weeks ago, but I remember when I was training, I did it a lot, 3 hours every single day. And then now I don't do it as much, partly because I don't have a lot of time, but I'll skateboard every once in a while if I'm going to the tennis court or to the pool or something like that. I'll bring my skateboard out.
Thank you.
Did you learn any cool new tricks?
Okay. I mean, I learned how to, when I was really skateboarding, I could do a few tricks. We would go to this skate park and I was able to drop in on a few small ramps, and I was able to pump and stuff. And I learned how to do an 80s style kickflip, which is really different than the kickflip we have today. You get off the board and kick, it's weird, it's very different.
But the 80s are awesome. All right, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Amber.
Hi, Amber.
In the film, when they have the Demigorgons, what did they use for the Demigorgons in the film?
Sometimes there would be nothing, and then other times they would have these, I don't even know what they were made of, but it looked like it kind of, or it was a different color, but it was just whatever was the shape of it, and then later they would do all this crazy VFX stuff.
Thank you.
Really quick, we have a sign language interpreter. Can I ask what your signal was for the Demogorgon?
Okay, I'm learning sign language right now, so that's very
Demogorgon. I have to use it in a sentence. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Savannah.
Hi.
What was your favorite scene to film in season 2?
I mean, all of them were fun, but I don't know. I guess I'd like any like night shoot stuff was really, really fun. Like when we were on the train tracks, I forgot what episode, that was like probably episode 8 maybe. But those were really fun. But night shoots are always kind of the best because you're so tired and like you can't even think straight. But it's like the most fun because like you're having fun with the other kids and just the cast is so great to work with.
Thank you.
Come on down. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Paula, and out of all the places that you haven't visited, which is like your dream place to visit?
I don't know. I've always wanted to go to, I'm going to Brazil later this summer, and I'm really excited for that. And also Japan. I really want to go there. Yeah.
Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Zoe.
Hi, Zoe.
You can tilt the mic down a little bit.
If you could collab with any Marvel DC character, who would it be?
I don't know. You know what? I don't really watch a lot of Marvel stuff. I saw the Avengers and I thought it was pretty cool. But like I guess I'd say Spider-Man because that's like the only one I've really seen. I know I'm a terrible like Marvel fan.
Okay, thank you.
What's your name?
Hi, my name is Allison, and my question is, what's the weirdest like thing you ever received from a fan or a gift?
Weirdest thing? I mean, I don't know. You get like, I've never really had like a super, super weird gift, but like, I think like the coolest one I got like somebody gave me a skateboard that was really, really cool once. And I didn't know how to do it because it was like in another country, so I didn't know how to like bring it back. But I was like, oh, thank you so much. But yeah, like that's one thing that's great about these types of things is like you get to meet a lot of cool people and like they always make different gifts for you and it's really nice.
Okay, thank you.
Cool outfit. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Amelia.
Hi.
So you've done some really cool scenes in season 2, but what was like the hardest scene to act in the season?
I'd say maybe all the scenes that were in the bus when like the Demogorgons are attacking. There we go, Demogorgons. But yeah, that was hard because you had to be like very scared, and again, like there wasn't necessarily anything there. So like when I'm like screaming at the Demogorgon, nothing was there. So it was a little bit weird. So that's probably the hardest.
Thank you, I love you.
What's your name? You can tilt the mic right. Perfect. There we go. Hey again.
My name is Jason. Hi again.
Hi.
I know 80s music is very important to Stranger Things, and I was wondering if you listen to 80s music yourself, and if so, what's your favorite song?
Oh yeah, I love Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was like my mom's favorite when she was growing up, so like she listens to a lot of it, and so it's kind of like rubbed off on me. So I'd say like any Michael Jackson song, really.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Have you ever tried to moonwalk?
Oh, I've tried. I've failed.
Oh.
So yeah, I cannot do it.
It's all right. It's difficult. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Alex.
Hi.
If you ever had the chance to go back to Broadway to start a musical, would you do it, and what musical? If
Oh,
so?
that's a really good question. There's a new musical. It's the Mean Girls musical. I saw it in DC, and I'm like obsessed now because I love the movie. Yeah, so I'd probably do that one maybe. I don't know what character, any character really.
Thank you.
Bye.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Gracie. Stranger Things is set in the 80s, but if it was any other time period, which one would you want it to be and why?
Either like the 60s or 70s. I love the 70s because it was very like Flower Child. I feel like I belong in the 70s really, so probably then.
Thank you.
What is your name?
Oh, hi.
Hi, I'm Lainey. My question is, who or what was the thing that like inspired you to become like an advocate for animal testing?
Yeah, oh, that's awesome. I love the shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
I've been vegan for 2 years now, and before that I was vegetarian. And I guess I watched a lot of documentaries and stuff, and I realized, like, you know what, I'm gonna give this vegetarian thing a try. And like I told you before we were talking earlier, and I told you, like, I told my friend, I was like, oh, I'm never gonna go vegan, I can never do that. And then a year later, I worked on a film called The Glass Castle, and Woody Harrelson played my dad, and he's vegan. And I spent a lot of time with him and his family, and whenever I was with them, I would eat vegan. And I realized, like, oh, you know what, I could do this, and I did a lot of more research into it. And, you know, I realized what is happening to animals and stuff, and I realized, like, this is what I need to do.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Hi, my name's Kayla. I was wondering, what's your favorite memory from filming, like, with the cast in season 2?
Like I was saying before, I think night shoots are always the best. But yeah, I mean, really any day on set is always fun, just because the cast is so, we really do all get along, and every day is fun on set, really.
Well, thank you. Love you. Bye.
What's your name?
Hi, my name's Diego, and I would like to know if you were ever in a movie and you could choose which actress to play your mom, who would you choose?
I don't know. I mean, I'm obsessed with Emma Stone. I don't know if she's like old enough to play my mom, but if we could do any kind of movie together, that would be like, that's the ultimate goal, I think.
Thank you so much.
Maybe a musical? Wouldn't that be cool?
Maybe so.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Ella.
Hi.
I was wondering, did you shoot any other shows before Stranger Things?
Yeah, I did like a couple like small spots on TV shows and stuff, but it was primarily like musical theater. That was kind of my life before Stranger Things.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Anika. I love you so much.
Thank you.
In the scene where you had to hit Billy, did you know you were going to have to do it, and was it in the script?
Yeah, that was definitely in the script. Yeah, I thought that was kind of like a great moment, because after like a whole season of just like torment, she kind of finally gets her one like revenge moment.
Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Jenna.
Hi.
What was the hardest scene for you in season 2? What was the hardest season for you to do?
The bus scenes, because like nothing, you know, you had to really pretend to be scared, even though nothing, there was nothing to be scared about.
Thank you. Bye.
Come on down. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Elena.
Hi.
I wanted to ask you what it's like on an everyday day on set.
It's great. It's kind of, you get into like the routine of things, and it just, everything, this is like really super normal, and like everybody seems like a family, and you're really comfortable on set. But yeah, I guess like for school, we have to do like 3 hours of school a day. So like in the morning, we'll go get like our hair and makeup done and get our costumes on, and then we'll go to school and then start filming.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
So you get to go to school in your costumes?
Yeah. One time actually we were in season 2, we were changing locations. So we were filming on the stages, and then we had to do like, the whole company had to move to like some place that was like 45 minutes away. And I was still in my costume, and we traveled from one location to the other, and like my mom was driving me in the car, and here I was in like decked out in 80s gear, and she was like, this is insane.
What's your name?
Hi, my name is Lauren. I just wanted to ask, are you a tomboy in real life?
I'm like a mix between like girly and tomboy. Like my style is very, it like changes. Sometimes I like love to wear skirts and dresses, and the other times I want to wear overalls and Converse.
You're so beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cool shirt. Did you see her shirt?
Oh yeah, I love your shirt.
What's your name?
My name is Melanie.
Hi.
I wanted to know who from the Stranger Things cast is most like their character.
Oh, I want to say, I mean, I feel like there's a little bit of everyone in their character. Like, I feel like there's a little bit of Max and me, and like, or there's a little bit of me and Max, and but I'd say like I feel like Gaten is a lot like Dustin. Just that same kind of like bubbly personality and really funny. Thank you.
What's your name?
Hi, my name's Lua. I wanted to know, do you relate to your character?
Yeah, I think I do. We're both very, I mean, I think like in the beginning, Max is very closed off, and I think I can sometimes be like that also, and like, but we're very different because Max is very feisty, and like she's not, if there's something wrong, like she'll go up to that person and say there's something wrong. Like she's not afraid of confrontation, and I'm the exact opposite. Like I hate being in arguments and fights. So there's parts of us that are similar, and then like a lot of parts that are different.
Thank you. I love you. Do you like to play video games?
Like, I mean, when I was little, I played like Wii a lot and like Nintendo, but never like, I feel like now in the 80s, like it was big, arcades and stuff, but now we don't really have arcades and stuff. So I feel like video games, for me at least, they're kind of disappearing. But when I was little, I was obsessed with Wii and like Mario Brothers and stuff like that.
Hi, I was wondering which castmate you bonded with the most while on set?
I mean, all of them really. I feel like, what? Yeah, I guess Millie, because she's like the other girl. We have a very like special friendship. But yeah, all of them are very, like they're like my family basically. And I have a special bond with each and every one of them.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Hi, my name's Sierra. If you had to play a different character in Stranger Things, who would it be?
I get asked this question a lot, and I don't know why I haven't like gotten an answer for it yet. I mean, I guess I'd say like Nancy maybe 11. I don't know. I feel like Nancy's cool. Like yeah, she's kind of a badass, so that's pretty. I'd probably play Nancy.
Okay, thank you.
What's your name? Oh, there we go. Fixing the mic. Thank you, microphone man.
Hi, my name's Irissa. I wanted to ask, since you mentioned Japan, about learning other languages. Like, would you learn Japanese or French? Or...
Yeah, I was taking French for a while, and then as I got busier, I kind of stopped learning it a little bit. Right now, I'm actually learning sign language, which is really fun for me. It's something very new, and I feel like a lot of schools don't necessarily teach sign language. No, they don't, but it's been really fun. One of the teachers on set, she knows sign language, and like in between takes, we'll always be learning sign language together.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, love you.
Is there like a favorite word so far that you've learned how to sign?
I mean, not really. I like happy. There's
Happy's good.
Yeah, happy's good. I actually just got my sign name with Kirk. Actually, he gave me a sign name today because I didn't have one, and a deaf person has to give you a sign name. And today he gave me one, so it's like you make an S, and then you kind of like make the happy sign with your hand. Yeah,
Very
like
cool.
that. So that's my sign name now, I guess.
Very awesome. Very cool. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Delphina, and who's the one that makes the most mistakes on set? Like, that laughs the most?
Who laughs the most?
Yeah.
I feel like Noah and Millie are always laughing, like always. I mean, I guess it just depends on the scene. Like sometimes there's like a certain line that just really gets somebody, and it's so hard to finish the scene. But yeah, Noah and Millie laugh a lot. I mean, I guess I laugh a lot too. I try my best.
Okay, thank you.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Brooke, and I just wanted to know, what's your favorite part about acting?
I love telling stories, and kind of also like the thing about Stranger Things is we get to go back in time. We're time traveling, and we're going to the 80s, and I get to play like a girl who lives in the 80s, which is so cool. But I love like telling stories and just playing really interesting people.
Yes, thank you. By the way, you're like totally tubular.
Oh, thank you.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Cassie. So in season 2, there was a lot of special effects, like Dart and the Demodomes, and I was just wondering, what was that like, and how did they prepare you for it?
I mean, I guess you never really know what to expect. Like going on set, I thought, I didn't know. I was like, is there gonna be someone in a costume, like dressed up as Dart? But no, it's definitely not that. But there's like, it's different because you're not acting with anything. You're just acting with like, for Dart, all the scenes that we were holding him, it was just like this bouncy ball basically, and somehow they were able to edit it out and make it Dart. It's kind of crazy.
Well, thank you.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Savannah. I was wondering who's most likely to mess up a take.
I don't know. Maybe, I feel like all of us have our moments, but
Finn maybe a little bit, but Noah and Millie too. But it depends, like sometimes, and probably me also, especially if it's like a really wordy line, so if it's like a big paragraph. You know what I'm always amazed at is Gaten, who plays Dustin. He has all of these, like his character is pretty much a genius. And so he has all these long paragraphs that he has to memorize with all these crazy words I don't even know how to pronounce. And he shows up on set every day and he doesn't. He's got everything memorized. So I'm like amazed by him every single day. But yeah, for me, like if I had to do that, I would mess it up and I'd have to be like, I'd forget every other word.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Sophia. I was wondering, was it awkward between you and Caleb?
No, not really. I mean, there were a lot of people there, so I guess that, if anything, made it the most awkward.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Hi, my name is Issa. So I wanted to ask, were you starstruck when you first joined the cast? And did you ever picture that you would ever join a show like Stranger Things?
Yeah, I wasn't necessarily really starstruck. Just because I'd watched the show and I liked it, and all my friends were kind of obsessed with it. I was like, oh yeah, it's a good show, but I'd never thought that I'd be on it. And then once I did get the audition, it was really crazy. And when I got the part, that was even crazier. But you know, I wasn't really starstruck. I was just kind of, you know, excited to work with everybody.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Can you tell us what the audition process was like? Like when you were auditioning for the show, did you know it was for Stranger Things?
Yeah, they told me it was for Stranger Things, which I was kind of surprised at. You would think they'd use like a code name because everything's top secret, but they did have code like names for the characters. So like I had a scene with Lucas, but they had it as like a different name. It wasn't Lucas. Yeah, it was a long audition process. I did the initial audition, then 4 callbacks or something like that after the audition, and then a screen test with Gaten and Caleb and the Duffer Brothers. Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Katie. Have you ever improvised or did something that changed a scene?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've done it a lot, or sometimes you'll do it, but it doesn't necessarily make the final cut. But yeah, like one of the good things about Stranger Things is we're able to kind of collaborate with the Duffer Brothers or whoever our director is for that episode. And, you know, they're always welcome to new ideas and stuff like that. Gaten improvs a lot, I think. It just depends. Like sometimes it works for the scene and sometimes it doesn't.
Okay, thank you.
My name's Yasmin. So the majority of your fans are younger girls. Do you feel like you've taken on the role as like someone they can look up to? Like you're actually being a role model for those girls, or do you think you're just going with the flow and you're just being yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely like a certain responsibility that I have now, considering the fact that so many of the show's fans are younger girls or boys. So, you know, there is like this kind, not pressure, but like, you know, I want to be a good role model to everybody.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Manel. I wanted to know how much do you get along with the cast?
I really get along with the cast. We all do pretty much. There's never really any arguments or stuff, but like I've said, like they're like my second family.
Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Caitlin, and I wanted to know what scene took the longest to shoot.
Okay, the scenes in episode 8 and 9, I think it's 8, I don't know, I get them all confused towards the end, but all the scenes where we're at the table and it's literally the whole entire cast and we're discussing like, you know, like the battle plan for how we're gonna, like Hopper's there and we're working out like the things about the shadow monster and Dustin's explaining everything that's going on. But yeah, that was the hardest just because there's so many people and all these different lines. And also for some reason, everybody was laughing that day. Like Charlie was laughing and Caleb was laughing and we could not get that scene. And we were there all day filming that one scene. It was really insane.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Oh, my name's Joey. Hi. What was it like watching your first episode of Stranger Things?
It was insane. I think the first time I saw the first episode, I was actually in the Philippines doing a press event there, and I stayed up. They had sent me all the episodes, and I stayed up pretty much the entire night because I was very jet lagged, but also I was really excited to watch the episodes. Yeah, but it wasn't completely edited yet, but just seeing like my name and the theme song, like it was wild. And then when we went to the big premiere where the episode was like playing on this giant screen, that was a surreal moment for me.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Hi, my name's Roni. I wanted to know, how did you react when you found out you'd be playing the role of Max?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'll just tell you the whole story. I was at school, and it was like the end of school, but I was doing, I was at speech and debate practice with my friend, and my mom texted me, and she was like, you need to get in the car right now. You have to be in the car by 4 o'clock. And I was like, why? Yeah, she's like, I'm like, why? You said I didn't have anywhere to go after school. And she's like, no, you need to be in the car by 4 o'clock. And then I got there and she was like, I was like, well, okay, what's the problem? Why do I need to be in here? And she was like, oh, I'm taking your sister to a play date. And I was like, oh, I mean, okay, why are we in such a rush to get her to her play date? But then she went home instead. She didn't drop JC off. She just went home. So I was really confused. And like, then I could tell something was going on. And then she was really upset. Like, she was like, oh, my phone needs to be charged. Like, her phone needs to be charged. And then I got a call and she gave it to me. And there was the Duffer Brothers and they told me I got the part. But yeah, my mom was like she was like, they said they were gonna call at 4 o'clock to tell me I got the part, and she was like, okay, your phone needs to be charged, you need to be in here right now. But my mom kind of gave it away because she wasn't very smooth with the whole thing, so I figured it out pretty fast.
Thank you.
You can tilt it down if that's okay. Perfect. Oh, either way.
Hi, my name is Marty, and what was the most, uncomfortable scene?
Uncomfortable scene? I don't know, nothing was really uncomfortable. JC, what did you say earlier? Like the scenes where I was screaming, it was like the most embarrassing or whatever? I don't know. She says my scream was awkward, apparently. Thanks, JC. So I guess that was my most uncomfortable scene.
Okay, thanks.
What's your name?
Hi, my name is Katie. I was wondering, was your favorite memory with one of your castmates?
I guess, oh yeah, this is my favorite. At San Diego Comic-Con, when the first trailer for Stranger Things 2 came out, it was like this big reveal, and it was at this huge convention center, and there was like 7,000 people there or something crazy like that. And it was the whole cast, we were all there, and we all just kind of were at this table watching like the season 2 trailer for the first time together, and that was probably the best cast experience.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Nathan, and is there a show or movie that you and another cast member or cast members bonded over, and if so, what show or movie?
Right now, it's really weird, but, well, I mean, last season, me and Noah bonded over Bob's Burgers. We really liked that show, and this year, we're, me, Millie, and Noah, it's weird, but we're all kind of, like, really obsessed over the show called Love Island and The Bachelorette, like, all those kinds of shows, just because they're so funny, and, like, every single day we'll come into set and be like, oh, did you see, like, Jessica just left this week, oh my god. But yeah, that's, like, the current show that we're obsessing over for some weird reason.
Okay, thank you so much. What's your name?
I'm Stephanie, and I wanted to ask, since Stranger Things is like this type of like thriller kind of horror show and stuff, did the other castmates ever try to like scare you or try to prank you with one of the Demodog, you know?
No, they didn't really use props to scare us ever, but like Millie would always want to prank our teachers, and like she would turn off all the lights in the school trailer, and then like our teacher would walk in and she'd try and scare her, but like I don't know, we never really scared each other with like the props or anything. That's a good idea though, I might use that.
Okay, thank you. I love you.
What's your name?
My name is Selma, and what was the most awkward scene during season 2?
Well, apparently it was my screaming scene. But I guess it was that one, but I don't know. Nothing was really awkward ever.
Okay, thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Leanne. My question was, who is your favorite person to like do the scene? Like, who's your favorite person that you bonded with the most in season 2?
I mean, I don't know. I spent a lot of time with, like, as far as like scenes go, I spent a lot of time with Dacre, who plays Billy. So like those are some of my favorite scenes to film, just because they were so intense and like I felt like the writing was really good for those scenes. So those are my favorites to film, and also because like there was like this interesting, bond between Max and Billy.
Thank you. By the way, I love you.
A lot of love in here, Sadie.
Yeah, I know.
What's your name?
Hi, my name is Ken, and there's a lot of different directors, and they all have different styles. When you work with the Duffer Brothers, do they give you a lot of direction and a lot of explanation, or do you simply memorize the script and have your own way of doing things, and you go from there with them?
Yeah, all of the directors that work on Stranger Things are very, like, good about making sure the actors understand, the script and everything that's going on, especially because it's sometimes a really confusing show, and, like, there's different terms that, I wouldn't necessarily know or use in everyday life, so they'll make sure to, like, explain what's going on in the scene. And also it's very confusing because we film things out of order. So like we could be filming like a scene from episode 2, and then like the next day be filming a scene from episode 1, and just completely scattered and out of order. So it's good to have a director that tells you, where we're at in the script.
Okay, thank you.
What are your names?
I'm Marissa. And I'm Sierra. I was wondering what the audition process was for Stranger Things, like the whole thing.
It was, the first few auditions wasn't really, it was just with one of like the casting people or something. They were like filming me and they were sending it to the Duffer Brothers, and then the Duffers would come back and be like, oh, can she do it again? Can she try it this way? And I did, and then they came back with another note and I did it that way. But it was like, it was the same script for the first few auditions, and then they gave me like a new scene to try.
Okay, thank you.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Sadie.
Oh, hi, Sadie.
Oh.
I'd first like to point out that you're an amazing singer.
Thank you.
And is there anybody you would love to have a duet with? Sing.
Like on set? Just in life? My brother. Well, and you, JC. But my brother, Mitchell, is a really good singer. And like, it's crazy because one minute we'll be fighting, and then the next minute we'll just be like, he'll like start singing a song from the other room, and then I'll start singing it with it. I'm like, oh, I guess we're cool now, okay? But yeah, I love to sing with my brother, and you, JC. JC has a really good voice too.
Oh.
She's like, I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really have like any go-to. Probably something like musical theater, High School Musical.
All right, we're gonna get to these final few questions. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Lucas, and I don't really watch Stranger Things, but as an actress in general, do you feel like you have like a certain type of character that you feel you act really well in, like your type as an actress?
Yeah, I don't know, like it's weird, I've been able to kind of play like different characters. Right now it's very like, Max is very kind of like tomboy and very, laid back and just really, but like I played Annie when I was little, which is kind of the exact opposite, and very like happy and energetic and stuff. Like I tend to like the characters more that are very, I don't know, that just have good stories and good backgrounds.
Thank you very much.
What are your names?
I'm Zach. I'm Dawson.
Hi.
Hi. How did you feel about the kiss scene at the end of season 2 of the snowball?
I always get this question on every single panel that I go to. I was like waiting for it to happen.
Well, here it is.
No, it's just acting. Like people always are like, oh, what was it like? But like every actor, has to do it in a movie at some point. So it was really easy.
That's cool.
What's your name?
I'm Ileana. You mentioned before that you were into musical theatre before you got into Stranger Things. And I was just wondering, what was your favourite shows that you were in before when you were doing musical theatre? So.
Oh yeah, I mean, when I was really little, like I did 3 productions of Annie. Like I was obsessed with Annie when I was little, and so that was kind of that was like my favorite musical for a while. But Yeah, I did a lot of musical theater. Like my favorite when I was little, my brother was in Matilda, and I loved Matilda. I don't know. Right now, my favorite musical I'd say is like, I mean, Mean Girls. I already told you that, but that show. But yeah, I like Annie was probably my favorite when I was little.
All right, these are our final 2 questions. Here, I'll just run down. We'll make this easy. There you go, that works too.
Yeah, I have a question. I know on Stranger Things season 2, you, Max and Eleven didn't really end on good terms. Like the relationship was like, she didn't really like Max. Is it gonna improve in season 2?
I can't tell you.
No spoilers. Can't do that.
I would if I could, but I can't tell you. You're just gonna have to wait and see.
Okay.
But nice try.
Yeah.
All right, our final question.
Hi, my name is Jasmine, and I just want to ask, so I know you're in musical theater beforehand and everything like that. My family, like 2 of my brothers have been in theater since they were little, so I live in a theater family, and they're always singing, I'm always singing, we're always singing around the house.
That's like my family.
Okay, I wanted to know if that was something like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can ask JC. We're always singing, like always. Like it's kind of a problem. And I sing more than her. I think you get really annoyed. They're like, Sadie, stop singing.
I have a question. When you're in the car, do you end up having like just like impromptu like sing-alongs?
Oh
and stuff
yeah,
like that?
oh for sure. In the car, like that's probably where we sing the most. Like road trips they're incredible. We're just always singing. Like our road trips, or just any trip in general, we're always singing.
All right, thanks.
Well, any final thoughts you guys want to leave us with?
No, I don't think so. Just thank you guys so much for coming. I had a really great time.
Thank you, Sadie. JC, did you have fun?
Yes.
Awesome. So they already know the drill. So we're going to be taking a big group photo. Okay. So basically,